Okay, so for the mac and cheese, we're going to use about a pound of pasta. We're using elbow macaroni. Shells work well as well, of course. And then for the cheese, I usually like to do fresh grated Monterey Jack and Swiss cheese. Baby Swiss will work well. Lorraine is really good. If you can't find Swiss cheese in a brick, you can buy slices. I'm just going to demonstrate with provolone because that's what I have. And you can just tear it up into little pieces and it'll melt and incorporate just fine into the pasta. Okay, so also we will need some olive oil, about 2 to 3 tablespoons. We've got some salt and pepper here. And then also we're going to be using probably 2 eggs for the pound of pasta. And we want to set those out before we start cooking, just because I stopped talking. Because when they're cold, it does weird stuff. Yeah. Okay, so with the eggs, we're going to scramble them. Until they're well blended. Okay, so we're actually using 3 eggs. There's one more. Okay, so things are about to go down. Your pasta is boiling. You want to beat your eggs until they're well mixed. Okay, so after the pasta is done, we're going to strain it and then return it to the pot. And then we're going to add our olive oil and mix that in until the pasta is well coated. And then after we let things cool down for a little bit, we're going to add our eggs in gradually and mix it. So this process kind of can go a little fast, so that's why I'm explaining it now. And after the egg is a little bit cooked, we can add our cheese, and the heat that's already remaining from the pasta should melt the cheese, and then you're pretty much done. Salt and pepper, yay. Okay, pasta's done cooking, ready to strain. We're going to drizzle in our olive oil so that it coats the pasta. Again, that's probably about 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. And mix that in. Make sure that you coat the pasta well. This will help to disperse the heat so that the egg cooks more evenly instead of curdling. And you want to let it cool down just a little bit so that it stops steaming so much. You guys can probably see that steam. And give your eggs one last mix. Okay. Cool down, pasta. You're making me look funny.
Well, there's a lot of pasta.
I know, I've never made this much before. So maybe it doesn't happen as fast as I said it does. If you're making a small batch, it happens a lot quicker.
Purposely filming it so you can still see the steam.
Okay, so the steam has come down a bit.
Yeah, you see how much there's not. You see how there is not as much steam as there was a minute ago?
And now the pasta is very well coated with oil because I've been stirring it, trying to get it to cool down. But anyway, in comes the egg. Gradually add it. And this is where you gotta stir and stir and stir and make a mess and stir. Okay, and your pasta should start to look like it's nice and creamy. At this point, it looks like the egg is pretty well cooked, so we're going to add our cheese. And mix that in. And it should melt pretty readily. Now sometimes after the pasta has cooked, it can start to suck up the moisture that's around it. So if you want to, you can save a little bit of your pasta water while you're straining it and add it in if you'd like the consistency to be a little creamier. I didn't do that this time, mostly because I forgot, but it's something that you can do. Alright, and that's it. You can add your pepper if you want. I usually like a lot, but since other people are going to be eating this too, I'll do a lesser amount. But there you have it, ready to serve, and it's ready in about 30 minutes or less.